Get ready to explore the intriguing world of rambutan. We're exploring the mysteries behind this exotic fruit, its spiky appearance, its unique taste, and surprising uses. From its hairy exterior to its delectable sweetness, there's more to the rambutan than meets the eye.
I'm Professor Megan.
I'm Professor Susan, and we're
your nutrition profs. We are registered dietitians and college professors who have taught more than 10,000 students about health and nutrition. We have answered a lot of questions about nutrition over the years.
Some questions we get asked every year, and some are rarely asked, but very interesting.
We are here to share our answers to these common and uncommon nutrition questions with you.
So bring your curiosity and let's get started. Welcome to our class.
Welcome, curious eaters. Thanks for joining us for this snackisode all about rambutan.
Rambutan is a fruit that is quite distinctive in appearance. It's red or pink in color, but's most well known for its soft, flexible, hair-like spikes. These hairs are called spinturns, our sciencey word of the day. The Malay word rambut means hair, but in Vietnam, they're called chom chom. And I'm really not sure I'm saying that right.
I don't know. I would not know. They are so distinctive looking, and the hairs or spinturns are actually pretty funky, almost like someone's having a bad hair day.
Or they have some kind of weird sort of spiky armor on. I'm really intrigued by this fruit.
But soft?
Yeah, they are soft. Weird.
Rambutans are part of the Sapindaceae or soapberry family, which also includes lychee fruit and longan fruit. In fact, sometimes rambutan is called a hairy lychee. I've heard of lychee, but have never heard of longan.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Maybe we should do an episode about it.
Well, if we can find it to eat it, absolutely.
That's true. We'll be on the lookout.
Definitely. Rambutan is a tropical fruit native to Malaysia and throughout Southeast Asian countries, including Indonesia, the Philippines, Vietnam, and Thailand. In fact, more than half of the world's rambutan supply is from Thailand. But apparently it also grows well in Central American countries like Mexico and Costa Rica, and it's also grown in Hawaii.
They grow on evergreen trees, typically in clusters like grape bunches of 10 to 20 fruit. The trees are truly tropical. They love humidity and hot weather. If you want to grow it in mainland U.S., you probably need a greenhouse.
Each fruit has a reddish, spiky, hairy peel, which surrounds white flesh that looks like a peeled grape or shiny, hard-boiled egg. Within this flesh is a seed. We have pics posted on our website, yournutritionprofs.com.
The fruit starts off green and takes a few months to become the bright red color indicating ripeness. They can grow to the size of a large kiwi or small apple, but ours are a little bit smaller, about the size of a golf ball.
Yeah.
And because they are so easily bruised, they have to be harvested by hand.
Yeah, they are a little bit delicate.
Yeah.
They're described as tasting of a combination of strawberries or lychee and grapes. I've also read that their flavor is a balance between sweet and sour, and I guess we'll find out.
In terms of nutrition, these fruits are a good source of both manganese and copper. We use manganese for strong bones, blood clotting, and our immune system. Copper is important for our connective tissues, blood vessels, as well as our nervous and immune systems. Rambutan also provides vitamin C, folate, magnesium, potassium, and fiber. Check out our show notes for more detailed nutrition information.
In addition to providing such nutrients, rambutan also provides several phytochemicals, antioxidants like anthocyanins, and phenolic and methanolic compounds.
I feel like we talk about antioxidants a lot on this podcast.
Yeah, I do too. Antioxidants help protect our cells from free radicals that can cause damage, and eating antioxidants seems to reduce our risk for several chronic diseases.
And while we don't have specific studies looking at rambutan consumption influencing the risk of specific diseases, we do know these antioxidants in general have been linked to reduced cancer risk.
But the specific phytochemicals in rambutan do seem to have health benefits. They're anti-allergy, so they help control allergic reactions, and they're antimicrobial. It's been specifically beneficial for treating dengue fever, which is a mosquito-borne viral infection. But it has been linked to other microbes as well.
They may also help lower cholesterol, blood sugar levels, and reduce inflammation. In some circles, it's called a superfood.
I am not surprised. It seems like most whole fruits and veggies are super.
Agreed.
All parts of the fruit contain these beneficial antioxidants, but the peel seems to have the highest amount of both nutrients and phytochemicals. And it's technically edible, but it's supposedly very bitter, and it does contain certain compounds that are not recommended for consumption. So we generally don't eat the peel. However, it is used in some cosmetics, often as an alternative to retinol-based products.
One article described it as, quote, an up-and-coming skincare ingredient that's prized for its ability to promote the production of collagen and elastin, all while boosting firmness and reducing fine lines and wrinkles.
That sounds really good. The older I get, the better it sounds. Apparently, you can find tightening neck serums, refreshing toning lotions, and hydrating serums, all containing rambutan peel.
Interestingly, extract of the rambutan peel has also been used as a low-cost additive in sunscreen. Researchers found that not only would it help reduce the use of synthetic photoprotectors in these sunscreens, it reduced the cost by almost half and achieved an SPF value of 26.
That sounds pretty good.
It does.
And it's vegan. I mean, I don't know. Is vegan sunscreen a thing? I don't know.
Well, apparently there is plenty of rambutan peel to go around to be used in products like this. A recent study reports that Mexico alone produces 3.6 million tons of rambutan peel.
That's a lot of peel.
No, and that's not even one of the main sources of rambutan.
Yeah, right? That's 3.6 million tons. That's a lot.
And a study out of Indonesia indicates that fermented waste, such as the peels from rambutan, may one day be used as a renewable biofuel source in developing countries.
That is really interesting.
I know.
This tropical fruit has also been used in traditional medicine. The fruit's reportedly been used to treat stomach ache and relieve diarrhea. The rambutan leaves can be made into a poultice. It's sometimes placed on the temples to relieve headaches. The bark of the rambutan tree can be simmered to make a tea, and that's used as a remedy for thrush, which is a fungal infection of the mouth. And the roots of the tree can be boiled and used to reduce fever.
Sounds amazing.
I know, right?
Rambutans are available seasonally. In Asia, they fruit twice a year, July to late August and December to January. Apparently, they only fruit once a year in Central America, yet I feel like I see rambutan pretty much year-round at our local grocery store, H-E-B. Not sponsored, but open to it.
Definitely.
Have you noticed this? And there's probably a price difference depending on the season. However, I just haven't paid that much attention.
Yeah, I really haven't paid that much attention to the price either, but I do feel like I see them more often than some of those other rare tropical fruits in the produce section. The fresh ones we're going to try were about $4 a pound, but I did buy them in season. They're small, so 5 of them cost just over $1, so not too bad.
If you find rambutan at your local or specialty grocery store and want to try them for yourself, we have a few suggestions for choosing and keeping these fruits.
So as we mentioned earlier, rambutans, they start off green and then become red as they mature. If they're a little bit orange or yellow on them, that's okay, as long as there's also some red. Ours there's a little bit of yellow and a little orange, but they're
Mostly red.
mostly red.
Yeah.
It's also recommended to avoid any rambutans that have black hairs or those sciencey word spin turns, as this may indicate that they're overripe. What do you think?
I'm not sure. I mean,
It's hard to
It's hard
tell.
to tell.
I think they're kind of reddish in color.
Yeah, I think you're right,
Mostly
especially
red.
at the end.
Yeah. Like my hair gets lighter in the end than at the root.
Well, fresh rambutans should be wrapped in a damp paper towel or cloth and stored in the refrigerator for a few days and up to a week.
That's what I did with the ones that I bought. I rinsed them carefully and I wrapped them in a damp paper towel and then I put them in the fridge.
You may also be able to find canned or frozen rambutan in a specialty market near you. We have some canned rambutan packed in syrup that we'll try today along with our fresh fruits. We found them at a local Asian market for about $3.
And before we taste test, is there any reason why someone might want to avoid eating rambutan?
It's important to note that the rambutan seed should not be consumed raw. And while it can be consumed after roasting or cooking, it's said to be quite bitter. And due to some other properties, just like the peel, it's really recommended just to avoid the seeds in general.
Another possible area of concern could be for those who have irritable bowel syndrome or IBS. So people with IBS may be particularly sensitive to FODMAPs, which is an abbreviation for, hopefully I get this right, fermentable oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, and polyols.
Well done.
Thank you.
Many fruits, including rambutan, contain FODMAPs. So if you have IBS, you may want to start by eating a small amount to see if you develop any gastrointestinal discomfort or pain.
And of course, if you do have IBS or suspect you may have IBS, we always encourage you to see a gastroenterologist and a registered dietitian who specializes in GI health. They can help you manage your condition. We're going to do a future episode about IBS and FODMAPs, so stay tuned.
Rambutan fruit is typically eaten raw, and that's how we have it here with us today, but we also have the canned version.
So after rinsing the fruit, it's recommended to make a small incision into the peel, and then we're supposed to squeeze or pop out the edible inner portion. Once it's out, we have to cut into the flesh to remove the inner seed because you're not supposed to eat that. And then you're ready to eat, but you can store it in an airtight container for a few days in the fridge.
The fruit can be eaten raw, of course, or juiced or added to a smoothie. We also found some recipes for use in curries, desserts, salads, and as part of tropical cocktails, or made into jellies or jam. I've never had rambutan before. Have you?
No, but here goes.
All right, so let's try them.
Okay, let's do it. So we rinsed the fruit, and here's what it looks like. So we rinsed it, and I don't know if you can see this in the video, but there's kind of a little line.
Yeah, you can
right
see
there.
that.
Yeah, you can see it. And I didn't realize that was what it was there for, but I took a knife and I just cut around the equator through that line, and then I was able to open it kind of like a little ring box. Look at that, a reuse idea. Yeah. And that was actually really cool. And then we just popped open the top, and inside was a little pearl that really did look like a shiny grape or a hard-boiled egg. And that was this kind of reddish flesh. And
did you just say reddish flesh?
Oh, I did say reddish. White.
I was like, it's not red.
It's not red. You're right. It's white. And then inside of it, there actually was a seed. Yeah, that we took out.
The seed's in there.
Is it? Oh, yeah, there it is.
Okay.
There's the seed. So we are going to, what you eat is the flesh. You don't eat the seed and you don't eat the peel. So we're going to try the flesh.
Okay, so this
is the fresh.
Fresh.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it.
It's a little bit kind of like a jellyfish, sort of.
I think it looks kind of like a jellyfish.
Yeah, I mean the color, it's opaque, white opaque.
Doesn't really smell.
No,
All right, I'm going in.
Doesn't really have a good smell, or not. It doesn't have a bad smell. It doesn't really smell at all. Okay, here we go.
I like it.
It does have a grape.
It
texture.
has a grape, but like a little bit more firm than a grape.
Yeah, yeah.
It kind of tastes like a grape, you know. But
yeah,
but,
the flavor's really mild.
I really wasn't expecting. Well, I never know what to expect when I do these things.
No.
I like it.
I think it's good. Mm-hmm. It's not super sweet.
No, but it's nice. Mm-hmm. It's refreshing on a hot day.
Oh, for sure. It's a really nice texture. Yeah, it's good.
Okay, well, let's try the canned.
Okay, so the canned is a little bit whiter.
Yes.
similar texture.
Harder to pick up with a
A
fork.
little slippery. And this was packed in syrup.
Yeah, which is normally something we recommend.
You avoid.
Yeah, but that's okay. We didn't have a lot of options.
Yeah, and this doesn't really have a smell
Taste.
either.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have a smell, but let's taste it.
I don't like it as much.
It's not as sweet as I thought it was going to be.
I don't think the taste is that much different, but it's more flimsy. I almost like it. I almost like the fresh.
I think I do like the fresh better.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. It's just it's not as sweet as I thought it would be since it was packed in simple syrup.
Yeah.
I agree. I think the fresh tasted better.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So if you guys know us, if there's a cocktail recipe using one of these unusual foods, we're going to find it. We're going to try it. So we do have one that we have with us here today, and we're going to post the recipe on our website. But tell us a little bit about it.
Well, there were actually several different options for Rambutan cocktails, and I chose the simplest one. So we made ours, and we used the canned Rambutan and a little bit of the syrup to sweeten it up a little bit. And if you're using the fresh, you could use simple syrup for sweetener. So we put the Rambutan in the blender to kind of mash it up. And you could also use a mortar and pestle or a food processor. Then originally we put it in a cocktail shaker. We added vodka.
the ingredient or in the instructions.
Yeah, that's what the instructions were. We added vodka, ice, and the mashed fruit, and then we shook it. But it wasn't, I think it was too thick because we tried to pour it out in our chilled martini glasses and it really was getting stuck.
Yeah, so it was too thick. So then we decided to mash it up some more.
We mashed it up some more. So we dumped it all back into the blender, everything, ice and all, and then we just blended it together and it kind of came out as a smoothie. Not a smoothie.
A slushy.
A slushy.
Okay.
It came out as a slushy, but we're going to try it.
So, careful, Susan. God,
They're
so
really full.
Cheers.
Cheers. I think it's good. It's again super mild and
very mild. Like I could drink a lot.
Yeah, refreshing on a hot day.
And it is a hot day. It's over 100 degrees here, guys.
Yeah.
And we're in a closet, a small closet.
Hopefully it's not 100 degrees in the closet, but it's good. I don't taste any vodka. I mean, you're not really supposed to taste vodka anyway, but I don't really even taste alcohol.
No, I don't either. I just drank like 4 sips of it because I was afraid it was going to spill. But it's good and refreshing.
I'm going to finish it.
So you can actually change them up a little bit. You could add in like lemon juice or lime juice. If you want it to be more sour, if you want it to be sweet, again, you could add some more of the simple syrup or the syrup.
We didn't add a lot of syrup. So if you wanted it sweeter, you could add more. You could also put vanilla in it. I think one of the recipes used vanilla. Another recipe used jalapenos, fresh ginger, orange liqueur, and rum instead of vodka. And that one sounded really interesting, but it seemed a little bit elaborate for us. We're pretty simple folks.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. We're going to finish these cocktails. And we hope you get a chance to try Rambutan in the future, either fresh or canned.
And check out the ingredients list on your favorite face cream or lotion because you may see Rambutan peel listed as an ingredient. It is an up-and-coming trend.
And speaking of cosmetics and products to make us beautiful, join us next time when we will answer the question, should I take biotin supplements for my hair and nails?
Class dismissed. We hope you enjoyed this episode. You can find the show notes and a list of sources on our website, yournutritionprofs.com.
Your homework is to follow us at Your Nutrition Profs on Instagram and to listen to our next episode. You can listen on Amazon Prime, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere podcasts are found. We'd appreciate it if you'd like us, write a review, subscribe, and invite your family and friends to join us too.
If you have a nutrition or health question you'd like answered, let us know. We may do a show about it. Send an email to yournutritionprofs@gmail.com or click on the Contact Us page on our website.
Thanks to Brian Pittman for creating our artwork. You can find him on Instagram at BrianPittman77. See you next time.